When I walked into MetLife Stadium on Sunday evening, the energy was already buzzing, and even though kickoff was still hours away, I could feel the electricity running through the place. The Chiefs versus the Giants had been circled on calendars for weeks, but I'll be honest with you, long before we lined up for the first snap, something else had already stolen the spotlight. The moment Travis Kelce entered the stadium tunnel in his bold burgundy suit, it was as if the entire atmosphere shifted. Everyone noticed, everyone felt it, and I was right there watching as a football game instantly turned into a runway show. Travis didn't just walk in, he commanded the tunnel like it belonged to him. His suit was cut perfectly, hugging his frame in all the right places, the kind of fit that you don't just buy off the rack but have made for you. The burgundy fabric had a richness that seemed to glow under the stadium lights, and the crisp white shirt underneath added just the right amount of contrast. He left the collar open, no tie, no fuss, which gave off a sense of effortless confidence, almost like he wasn't trying too hard but still looked like a superstar. Then there were the accessories, the polished leather shoes that reflected the floor with every step, the designer travel bag in his hand with its subtle but unmistakable luxury pattern, and the compact suitcase rolling behind him. And of course, those oversized black sunglasses that added an air of cool mystery. For a split second, it didn't feel like I was watching a player arrive for a football game. It felt like a celebrity striding down a red carpet at a movie premiere. What made it even more surreal was how quickly everyone reacted. The cameras locked on him immediately, reporters leaned in to get better shots, and within minutes, photos and clips had already made their way onto social media. The hashtags popped up faster than I could refresh my feed. Hashtag Kelce style, hashtag Chiefs runway, hashtag MetLife moment. Fans were already posting side-by-side comparisons of his walk through the tunnel with actual fashion models. I laughed at one comment that read, "Forget Paris Fashion Week. Travis Kelce just turned the NFL tunnel into his personal runway." And honestly, they weren't wrong. But it wasn't just about the clothes. It was the way he carried himself. The confidence in his stride, the little smirk as he adjusted his bag, the calm way he acknowledged the cameras without overplaying it all said something bigger. Travis has always been known for his charisma, but that moment was more than charisma. It was a declaration. He wasn't just showing up to play, he was making a statement before he ever put on pads. He looked like a man who believed he belonged in every room, whether it was a locker room, a fashion show, or a global stage. I could see the effect it had on the people around him too. Teammates who had arrived earlier and were chatting by the entrance stopped to watch him pass. Staff members glanced up from their work, and for a second even the constant chaos of stadium preparation slowed down. It was as if his presence demanded a pause, a reminder that this wasn't just another Sunday night game, it was an event. The air in that tunnel was different after he walked through. It struck me that this is exactly who Travis Kelce has become. He's not just an athlete anymore. He's a cultural figure, a crossover star whose influence stretches far beyond the football field. Some players clock in, do their job, and head home. Travis arrives like he's telling a story, like every entrance is part of the larger narrative of his career. And I couldn't help but think about how his relationship with Taylor Swift has amplified all of this. Suddenly, every move he makes is under a bigger spotlight, and instead of shying away from it, he's leaning in, embracing it, and using it to redefine what it means to be a modern NFL star. Fans in the stands picked up on it too. I overheard one say, "Man, he looks like a superstar walking in. Chiefs are definitely winning tonight." Another joked, "He's dressed sharper than half the Grammys red carpet last year." TikTok videos of his entrance flooded my feed in real time, some paired with playful captions like, "He didn't come to play, he came to slay," or "Patrick Mahomes throws touchdowns, Travis Kelce throws style bombs." It was hilarious, but also completely accurate. Even inside the locker room, from what I gathered later, his entrance wasn't just a fashion moment. It set the tone. A teammate mentioned that when Travis shows up like that, it raises the bar for everyone else. Confidence is contagious, and he walked in exuding so much of it that the whole team felt it. He wasn't just putting on a show for the cameras, he was boosting morale before a single play had even been called. As the night went on and the game itself unfolded, I kept thinking back to that entrance. The burgundy suit wasn't just fabric stitched together, it was a message. It was a way of saying, I'm ready. We're ready. The Chiefs didn't come here to blend in. We came here to stand out. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized how powerful that kind of symbolism can be. Sports aren't just about statistics and plays. They're about moments, energy, and the stories that stick with us long after the final score fades from memory. Walking through MetLife that night, I saw a lot of things. The chants from Giants fans echoing off the walls, the smell of hot dogs and popcorn drifting from the concession stands, the chaos of staff rushing to get everything perfect before kickoff. But the image that stayed burned into my mind was Travis Kelce walking through that tunnel. Not just walking, but owning it. Turning a plain stretch of concrete into a stage, turning an ordinary pregame routine into an unforgettable spectacle. By the time I left the stadium hours later, the game had its own storyline, but everywhere I looked online, people were still talking about that entrance. Fans called it iconic, commentators called it legendary, fashion writers called it a perfect balance of elegance and confidence, and me, I just knew I had witnessed something that went beyond football. Because in that moment, Travis Kelce didn't just arrive for a game. He arrived like a man who knows exactly who he is, an athlete, a leader, a style icon, and a cultural figure who can command attention without saying a single word. That burgundy suit wasn't just an outfit. It was a reminder that sometimes, before the ball is even snapped, the game has already been won.